Hey everyone! So, most of us have gotten pretty used to AI through a simple chat window, right? But today, we're going to go behind the scenes. We're going beyond the chatbot to check out the powerful workshop where the real future of AI is being hammered out, Google AI Studio. Let's crack open the doors and see what's inside.
Right, so when you think of AI, this is probably what pops in your head. A nice, clean interface where you type a question, you get an answer. And yeah, it's super useful, for sure. But that polished, consumer-friendly app, that's really just the tip of the iceberg.
I mean, have you ever felt like you're hitting a wall with it? You ask a question, and the response you get back just feels a little, I don't know, generic? Or maybe you've had it refuse a totally reasonable request because its safety filters are a bit too tight. It's a super common frustration, and it's because those apps are built for everybody. But what if you could pop the hood and tinker with the engine yourself?
And this right here just nails the difference. On one side, you've got the Gemini app. It's a finished product, polished and ready to go. On the other side, you have Google AI Studio. You got to think of it less like a product and more like a workshop, you know? It's filled with all the raw materials and heavy-duty tools for people who actually want to build something.
So, let's actually step inside this workshop. This is the place where you stop being just a user of AI and you start becoming a creator. It's where you get direct, hands-on access to Google's most advanced models.
Okay, so officially, AI Studio is a web-based workspace. But honestly, a better way to think about it is like a playground or a sandbox for experimenting. It's designed to make it way easier for anyone to work directly with models like Gemini without needing to set up some crazy complex coding environment.
And this is where it gets really cool. This is your toolkit. These are all the dials and levers you get to play with. You can pick the exact AI model you want to use. You can literally adjust the temperature to make the AI more wild and creative or more buttoned up and factual. You get to control how long or short the response is, and you can even tweak the safety settings. And the big one, you can get an API key. That's your golden ticket to plug all this power into your very own apps.
And this isn't just theory. As this user points out, these controls have super practical uses. If you're a writer trying to come up with a story, you can crank that temperature way up and get some really unexpected ideas. If you're a researcher who just needs the facts, you dial it way down. It all comes down to one thing: control.
So who exactly is using this AI workshop? Well, it really boils down to two main groups of people, and both of them are looking to do way more than what the standard chatbot can offer. First up, you have the power users and the creatives. These are your writers, your artists, your researchers, your tinkerers, anyone who feels a little boxed in by the default settings. They come to AI Studio to really shape the model's personality, to generate really specific stuff, and just to explore the creative edges of what this tech can do with fewer roadblocks.
Then you've got the second group, the developers and the builders. These are the folks who are creating that next wave of AI-powered tools we're all going to be using. They use AI Studio to test out ideas super fast, and then they grab that API key and build Google's models right into their own software. We're talking everything from customer service bots to really complex automation for businesses.
And this is where things get really exciting. Because for developers, AI Studio isn't just about making a better chatbot. No way. It's the first step toward building something way more powerful: autonomous AI agents.
You know, the chatbots we use today are mostly reactive. They just kind of sit there, wait for you to type something, and then they respond. But an AI agent, that's proactive. You can give it a complex goal and it can work on its own, using different tools and processes to actually get it done. AI Studio is where you build the brains for these systems.
This diagram does a great job of showing how one of these advanced systems works. You start with a big, powerful base model, like Gemini. But then you give it a team of specialized worker agents, each one an expert at a specific task. And running the whole show is an orchestrator agent that acts like a project manager, coordinating the whole team to hit the final goal.
So how does an agent actually do all this? It's basically a four-step process. First, it gets a complex goal, like plan a whole marketing campaign. It plans by breaking that huge goal down into smaller, bite-sized steps. Second, it accesses tools and memory, so it's pulling in data from all over, documents, APIs, you name it. Third, it executes those tasks, one by one, and it can even adapt if things don't go perfectly. And finally, it delivers a complete, finished result, not just a simple text reply.
And here's a fantastic real-world example of this in action. A developer at the University of Valladolid built a specialized AI agent just for a programming course. Now, instead of giving generic coding advice, this agent uses a technique called RAG, which just means it can read from a specific library of documents. In this case, it read all the course materials, so it gives answers that are perfectly tailored to what the students are learning. The results? Better learning and fewer students failing. It's a purpose-built expert, not a generic chatbot.
So all of this, from tweaking a few settings to building these complex agents, it all points to a fundamental shift. The future of AI isn't just about using it, it's about building with it.
I mean, just look at the speed of this stuff. This timeline only shows a fraction of the updates to Gemini and AI Studio in, what, about a year and a half? We went from the first version of Gemini Pro to experimental models and powerful video and audio generation. It feels like it happened in the blink of an eye. The tools are getting better, and they're getting better exponentially fast.
This incredible pace is leading us toward a completely new reality. And a lot of experts are already pointing to 2026 as a huge turning point for how we get information online.
And here it is. This is the key takeaway. Knowing how to write a good prompt is important, but it's quickly becoming the bare minimum. The real value, the skill that's going to define success in the very near future, is moving from being a prompter to being a builder. It's about knowing how to use tools like AI Studio to structure data, fine-tune models, and design agents that solve actual real-world problems.
And that brings us right back to our main idea. AI isn't some locked black box anymore. The doors to the workshop are wide open, the tools are right there on the bench, and they are more accessible than they have ever been. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?